Welcome back. House Speaker Mike Johnson was forced to cancel several key votes after a GOP House rebellion. 9 Republicans supported Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna and her proposal to allow temporary remote voting for new parents. The vote effectively killing Johnson's efforts to stop her privileged resolution. Opponents say Luna's proposal is unconstitutional. Here's the Speaker yesterday.
Well, it's a very disappointing result on the floor there. That rule being brought down means that we can't have any further action on the floor this week. That means we will not be voting on the SAVE Act for election integrity. We will not be voting on the rogue judges who are attacking President Trump's agenda. We will not be taking down these terrible Biden policies with the CRA votes. All that was just wiped off the table. It's very unfortunate.
Joining me now is New York Congressman Mike Lawler. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. You were one of the 9 rebels there. Explain what happened.
Well, unfortunately, leadership decided to put a poison pill in the rule to try and take down that discharge petition with respect to proxy voting for new parents. As the father of a 5-month-old daughter, I certainly understand where Representative Luna is coming from. She should not be precluded from doing her job, especially at the onset of having a child. And so the objective of her discharge petition was to allow members to effectively do their jobs even if they are in the process of having a child. We have expectant mothers this Congress who are going to be impacted by this, and that will impact our majority down the road. And so the objective here was to do that. But I will say this, beyond the proxy voting, the effort to nullify a discharge, to me, was the bigger issue. Much like the filibuster in the Senate, if you eliminate that or reduce the ability of a member to do that, it may feel good in the moment, but when the shoe is on the other foot, that is going to backfire significantly. And I just felt that leadership was making a big mistake in doing that. Nobody is trying to stop the agenda here. This was, in my estimation, a mistake to put that poison pill in the rule. They easily could have brought forth another rule without that poison pill and brought the bills forward, the SAVE Act and the No Rogue Rulings Act, this week. We easily could have voted on those bills regardless of the outcome yesterday. They chose not to do that because they're trying to stop it. I spoke to the Speaker last night at length, as well as Anna. I'm hopeful that we can get resolution on this today and move forward, because obviously there's a lot of work ahead.
Yeah, I mean, why is he against having new parents vote from home?
Look, he believes it's unconstitutional. I disagree. The courts have already ruled on that lawsuit that he brought and others brought during the Pelosi era. I'm not advocating, by the way, for people to just go home and not be present. It is specific to very certain circumstances. Obviously, someone who's a new mother, you know, they need to be able to bond with their child, you know, and forcing them to choose between that and being here and doing their job, right, in my estimation, is wrong.
Well, I think you make a great point, Congressman, really. I want to get your take, given your role on the Financial Services Committee on debanking, because Trump Organization Executive Vice President Eric Trump was here yesterday telling me how several big banks removed his business, canceled his accounts and his family's accounts because of their politics and because his father was president. Watch this.
I never thought I'd fall into the world of crypto until every bank started canceling us for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And it wasn't until that time that I realized how important crypto was, right? Something that's cheaper, faster, more transparent. You can't be canceled.
Which banks canceled you? What happened?
Oh, God, everybody. Capital One being the largest. I've sued them recently. Chase canceled us. Okay. It was legal lawfare. It was political lawfare. That's exactly what Capital One did. Chase did the same thing. Bank of America did the same thing. TD did the same thing. First Republic did the same thing to us. The weaponization is real, and it has to stop. You can't have banks pick who and shoot. Yep. We were targeted, and we're going to hold those banks accountable, but it's what made me find crypto, and it's what made me find it so alluring. There's nothing that crypto can't do better.
This is pretty incredible, the number of banks that he says debanked him. J.P. Morgan says it does not debank customers over politics. CEO Jamie Dimon is on record blaming bad policy, which incentivizes banks to close a few accounts rather than put the whole bank at risk. He says Congress needs to codify into law that banks should not make decisions based on religious or political factors, Congressman. What's your take on this? What happened here?
Well, Maria, this is part of the reason why Republicans have been opposed to things like ESG. Banks and corporations should not be making decisions based on politics. And the fact that you had very clear instances of debanking is fundamentally wrong. I think all of these banks need to immediately rectify that. They should not be closing down accounts simply because they or somebody working at their bank disagrees with the politics of an individual. Number one. Number two, it is also exactly why we need to have stability in the digital assets marketplace, and why we are going to be marking up today a stablecoin bill, why we are also passing legislation to block a central bank digital currency, so that things like this don't happen, that politics don't play into the ability of folks to freely and fairly move around assets and engage in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And so having stability within the digital assets market is critical. We want a framework, the FIT 21 bill, a stablecoin bill, and blocking a central bank digital currency are all critical to that objective.
Yeah. Meanwhile, New York City Comptroller Brad Lander is calling for a lawsuit against Elon Musk and Tesla. He claims that Musk's focus on DOGE has caused the stock market to plummet, hurting the city's pension fund. Remember, in 2023, the New York Post reported that Lander lost more than $30 million from the city pension funds over his investment or directing the investments into Silicon Valley Bank, Congressman. I mean, come on. A New York State senator now wants essentially to ban Tesla from selling in the Empire State. This new bill pulls existing permits for the company's 5 in-person locations, allowing other EV makers to compete for those spots. I mean, what is going on in your state, Congressman? It's crazy that they don't like what Elon Musk and DOGE are doing, so they decide to pull their businesses from New York State?
Well, this is why New York leads the nation in out-migration. We have the highest tax climate, the worst business climate, because of reckless policies like this. The fact is, they set arson to Tesla. They're burning Teslas to the ground, and then they want to sue Elon Musk, claiming that the stock has devalued. The fact is that in New York, they have an electric vehicle mandate that has been put in place for 2035, and yet they're proposing legislation to ban the biggest seller of electric vehicles. It's a joke, and it really needs to stop.
Yeah. Real quick before you go, Congressman, on the SALT deduction, are you hoping to lift that deduction to $25,000 in this reconciliation plan?
Look, I introduced a bill for 100,000 individual, 200,000 married couple. We are in the process of negotiating. I've been very clear, just doubling it from 10 to 20 is not acceptable to me. 25 is probably in that category as well. Look, people need real tax relief, and that's my objective in this negotiation.
Congressman, we're going to be watching you work on that one for sure. Great to see you this morning, sir. Thank you.